One of the great options of the self-authoring tool is the ability to create 360 assessments. A 360 is a test that's given to a subject, call it a manager, and you want some feedback from a variety of sources. You want the feedback from that manager's supervisor, you want feedback from his or her peers, and you want the feedback on his or her direct reports. You can build a 360 within the tool by changing the settings to a 360, or as you begin and you're asked to author an assessment, it'll say, what is the type of assessment that you're building. So in the type option, you can set it to be 360. When you set that type, some additional options come up in the score. So I've created a rating scale. It's a little bit fictitious, follows through on tasks, is a good team player, gives strengths or weaknesses. It's usually longer and it's usually competency based. However, this is a good short sample of a 360. When you click on the scores options, some other options come up, and what we're going to talk about today is the 360 average score. So as I click on that 360 average score, it lets me name it, set the variable name, set the rounding, etc. Common to a lot of our scores. But let's decide that we want the overall average for all raters. We can set that score, and I'll just copy that into the variable name. And then what we do is we say, which raters do you want this score to be based on, this average score? So as they click on the responses to the questions, it's going to take those numeric values and average them out. I'm going to say I want everyone except the subject score. So I'm trying to evaluate everyone except that one person we're talking about, how they felt about him or her. And then on the right hand side, we include the questions that we want to be averaged. It probably doesn't make a lot of sense to have a text score average out, so I'll take my 6 rating options and include that. So what this will then do is take the overall average of the boss, the peer, the direct reports responses, and there may be 10, there may be 20, there may be 7, and we're going to average those on the rating scale questions 1 through 6. So that's a way to create an average score. In a typical 360, you're going to have quite a few of these. There might be one on question 1, question 2, question 3, and then you might have one for the entire competency section, and you might have one for the entire test.